back to Single in the City. I'm Marchell Sade.
I'm Marchell Sade.
And we are your hosts. And today we have, I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm Nolan Star. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I make music.
Okay, what else do you do? Because we hear that you do a lot more than just music.
Oh yeah, I'm interested in fashion design, interior design, stuff like that. I want to make movies.
Okay, so directing or just like producing, writing?
Both of those, producing and writing.
Awesome. Okay, so
Okay.
I've been acting for a while myself, so that's
yeah.
really, yeah.
You done like movies around the city and stuff?
Well, we work on our own projects. Yeah, we've done like shorts and things like that. Like, of course, I've, done stand-in stuff for like BT and things like that. But we're just taking advantage of each opportunity and just creating our own.
That's tight.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Oh, seriously? I have a manager, 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they say when you're auditioning, you're acting. Today we're talking about energy and relationships. Yeah. So this is exciting. This is my favorite topic.
Hers.
Yes.
Tell us, what do you know about energy?
I know in terms of like chakras and stuff, I know that's a big part of that.
Yeah, like your root chakra.
Yeah.
I
Your
don't
throat
know much
chakra.
about that. I know a little
just-
bit, but not that much.
I just started learning about it. Maybe you can explain a little bit.
So it's pretty much
More
just,
detail.
it's pretty much like 7 of them.
Right.
And it's like starts from like your like stomach area and then like leads up into your forehead or whatever. For me, I mean, I don't believe much in it. I mean, I've read over it as a kid and stuff, but I think it's like a symbol just for, I think, personality and just how you interact with people. I think it's just those 7 are a representation of that. It's not really something to like take super serious, but I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. People can bring bad energy into your house.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
even have
true.
to sleep with them.
Yeah, that's why I don't invite a lot of people to my house. I'm gonna let you know, like, I'm that friend that do not invite a lot of people to my house.
Even talking on the phone with people.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually track bad energy too.
Especially with tone of voice tells a lot. Tone of voice tells a lot about how a person really like feels about you at the time, or like what they mean.
Right.
They could be saying something that sounds okay, and then it's like completely.
Right.
The energy reads completely different.
Yeah.
So I don't bring a lot of people to my house either.
You don't? Yeah, see?
I don't like people.
Oh, you don't like people? What's your
introvert.
sign? What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Libra. Okay, I haven't really come into contact with Libra.
Right,
You know
right.
anything about Libra?
A little bit.
You do?
The scale.
This is the zodiac sign woman, okay? She knows about all of them. Don't date this one, because he's no. And I'm just like...
That's true.
But she never said anything bad about Libras.
I mean, Libras are alright. They're alright. That's a scale.
We're studying energy right
And
now.
we'll talk more later on in different seasons about the energy. We're trying to learn more and more and more. What we have figured out so far is what we're talking about. Just basically people can just give off bad energy to you. You could be talking to them, they just being negative all the time, or just always having negative things to say.
Yeah,
and then
like you're gonna fail. You can't do it.
right.
And like
And
negative
then
things.
putting that in your mind, in your subconscious mind, and then the way how you're thinking and how your life is going to actually be plotted out for that day.
Right.
I think about that sometimes. Do you guys think y'all are like the most positive people in a relationship most of the time?
I am not gonna lie. I used to be toxic. I'm just gonna go ahead and just say it. I used to be toxic, and I had to learn that I had to untoxic myself.
What is toxic to you?
Toxic is we argue 1 minute, then we make up, and then we never really address the problems. I feel like that's toxic, and I used to, do that, and I didn't realize I was doing it because I would come into contact with toxic people, and then I end up in a relationship with them, and then I end up toxic. And then, once I realized those things, I started to really cleanse myself from those type of people, and just a lot of things started to shift for me. Like my friendships began to shift. I'm not friends with a lot of people anymore. I don't even like the same type of guys anymore. So it's just a major shift, and you kind of pick up on toxic people right away once you come into contact with them.
Sidebar from that.
Okay.
I do want to say that we recently have made big changes in our life.
Yeah.
Recently?
It's
Yeah.
recent.
Okay.
So that what she said is like was close. It was very
Okay,
close.
she's trying to call me out. It's okay. It's okay. But no, this is like a year. It's not like a couple months.
Something.
This was a year transition. Like, what's some of the things to avoid, or to look out for when you're coming into contact with like these negative people or like toxic
Like
people?
I was saying, like they're always having something negative to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean,
Narcissists. Narcissists.
Narcissist.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like once I was in a relationship with someone that was a narcissist, and I didn't even know what that was at the time.
yeah.
That's why it's just so good to learn from those things. Some people go in the same cycles.
Yeah.
They just keep repeating it, and they don't even really realize that they're doing it.
I think as far as a relationship is concerned, I think gaslighting is probably the worst. I don't think I don't think people that are outwardly negative because that's easy to spot. I think people that are just kind of string you along, and it's subtle things for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think people could be like outwardly nice all the time in a relationship, but it like kind of keep you stagnated, kind of keep you like just keep you in a state of dependency also.
Yeah.
I think that's worse for me.
The control too.
Mhm.
Like when somebody's controlling, they're trying to like really capture your mind in a sense.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. It's more common.
Yeah.
It's pretty common, to be honest.
It's very common.
Because people do it all the time. It's just manipulation. I mean, babies are manipulative. I mean, not just in terms of like, babies are anyone is.
My son be manipulating me. He be like, but mommy, we have to share. I be like, I don't want to share my food. You got your food. That's why I made your own.
That's right. He's so smart.
That's manipulative.
He's getting so smart.
Kids do it too. So
He does do that.
they smart.
It's just something you gotta like constantly check yourself on, especially for I think for me too. So for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that once you know, it's no longer an excuse that you can make. Once you address that issue going on within, and that's why we have to heal, before we even come in contact with people. I feel like that's so important, to heal. Because you don't know who else we're corrupting. We might be corrupting our kids. They have to heal from the trauma they have to deal with us. Things like that. So I think it's very important to heal and just have good energy and be mindful of your actions.
I always say you have to start with the man in the mirror, Like Michael Jackson say, you have to start with yourself. They always say like, if you're trying to change your mate to be better, that's the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start by changing yourself, and then your mate would follow.
And I didn't know that.
Maybe.
Right. That was me.
Yeah, but you have to keep doing it. Like I didn't know that neither, and I'm learning that with energy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna come in the door and you're gonna think, oh my God, I'm gonna go home, and it's gonna be a whole argument. It's gonna be an argument because you're putting that energy in the air.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that I'm gonna go home and she's gonna be the nicest person to me, and she's gonna have the dinner on the table, you keep putting that energy in the air, then that person is going to bring out the best in that person towards you. Not, you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. That's something that we're also studying, just, it goes back to energy and relationships. And I didn't know how connected we are to the universe and law of attraction. I don't know if you know. Okay.
Yeah.
It goes back to that. Like, whatever you're setting off. Like, if you're, like, sometimes I was subconsciously giving out bad signals and I didn't even know. And then the way you know is how people react to you.
What type of bad signals?
Like,
he's in your...
Right.
He's in your... Oh, he's on you.
Right. Like, with me and my mom. Like, she might come in and she'll just, she might be off that day. The mood might be off. And I'm like, Dang, is it something with me?
Oh, I'm the mood off.
No. This is the example.
Put on me.
I'm
And
just
then
saying.
what?
Okay, so just scratch her then.
Yeah.
Just a friend, like a friend might just be coming at me like in a bad way, and then I have to check myself, like, okay, did I have a bad day today, or did I give off something, or was my delivery bad, or something transpired in order for me to attract this type of bad energy that you're giving me right now. The time.
Yeah,
At the time.
I think that's the case sometimes. I think sometimes people just. I was thinking like that for a while, like, because law of attraction and all that stuff. But I was thinking maybe like sometimes it's not you. For me personally, when people they bring bad energy to you, it might not be your fault. It might not, because like, but also at the same time, law, like once you really get into the law of attraction, once you really get into like surrounding yourself with people with like-minded energy, I think those people will just be separated. They won't change. I think you'll just gravitate towards a new set of people.
And that's what I tried to explain to her. I said, Mom, I am nice to this person. I talk to them nice, and my energy is good when I'm coming to them, and they're still being an asshole to me. Mm-hmm. So, like, what do I do? What do I do? You get rid of them.
You're attracting the bad people to you.
No,
because
you
have the bad energy still.
No, not if you can't get rid of them.
Yeah, because sometimes you just can't.
Yeah, like.
Well, it's just some people that was there before you changed, right? And those people, you're gonna have to weed them out. You're gonna either ask them. I have to admit, I have, before I knew, have asked people to change and say, you know, you listen, I'm making changes in my life. I'm just trying to be more positive and everything. And I want to ask you to change. And, you know, I sent some videos.
You asked them to change?
I did, because I didn't know. But these are people that I know 10 years plus.
Oh.
So it's like you're not just going to get rid of a 10-year-old friend.
I get it. Yeah.
So I asked to change, and they were like, oh, I don't want to know anything. I refuse to change. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, let's work a little bit. And after a couple of weeks, I kept on getting a negative. Then I was like, okay, I gotta cut this. I'm sorry, I can't talk with you anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't force anyone.
It can't.
It's an internal thing.
Right.
It's always an internal thing.
You gotta change first. They have to change first. But then I learned recently that you have to think of that person in a positive way, and they will come positive to you.
That made me think. So you said that once you're feeling good and you're in that good space of energy, you're no longer going to want to be around that person.
That's what I was saying. Do you think
I'm still doing research on that one, but go ahead.
I was saying, do you guys think everyone is like able to change?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I feel like everyone is capable of changing. I'm not gonna say that word. I dislike when people say, "Oh, well, this is how I was raised." That is not an excuse.
Yeah.
That's not an excuse. I'm sorry.
I mean, you were raised on a certain diet, right? You were raised on a certain diet. You changed your diet. You might want to change your diet later on.
Plenty of times.
People are always changing. People are always trying to learn more. I mean, you got to just really be a really done person to just feel like, I don't want to improve. I don't want to change. I don't want to become better. You know, people, I feel, is always changing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not everybody change. Not everybody want to change.
Yeah.
Like, some people just get complacent, yeah.
Some people lack introspection. I feel like, for me personally, it wasn't because I just wanted to seek stuff out and I wanted to, like, change myself for the better. I just feel like I got lucky sometimes. I just maybe I watched the right video, maybe I talked to the right person one day, and maybe they didn't. And that's what it is.
But you had to cast that thought out first in order for the universe to bring those things. Like, I've noticed, like, so much that I'm paying attention to that once I cast out that thought, it's like a person might come to me, a book might come to me, a person might recommend a video to me.
That's how you know you're in line.
And I'm just like, oh, this is working. And it's almost like you can paint your own life.
Yeah.
And life is not that hard. I'm really.
You think life is hard?
Yo, life is is a B, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know about her life. I mean, I paved the way for her. So, but me, I had to go through some hard times. Like, life is not easy. Like, it's a rough road.
Do you feel like it shaped you the way you are today?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like, hard knocks in New York.
I'm not saying that life is not hard.
Life's a breeze for her.
I'm not saying that because before this, I used to be just having anxiety, worried about every little thing. Now it's just like, okay, why am I worried? I'm causing more of those worries to come to me. So now it's like, if you think in a different, perspective, your thoughts will change your future.
That's true, but I feel like it's easier for some people also. It's easier.
You think so? I want to know. I'm interested.
I feel like upbringing is essential to thinking outside the box. For me, it was like my father and my mom, we didn't have a conventional upbringing, like as far as like belief systems or stuff like that. We were kind of all over the place from the jump. So it was easy for me and I pretty much grew up on the internet, constant stuff was coming to me all the time.
Right.
So I mean, like I never really had like a set mindset. Everything was just all over. Some people don't have that. Some people are very like stringent. Some people are very like loose. Some people are very, and that shapes them forever. Or I can look at a friend. I'm like, I know why it isn't.
Why?
Because like upbringing. They didn't have the same availability to stuff like me. They didn't read what I read. They didn't look at what I looked at.
So you're saying that because of that, they make an excuse, or like what?
They don't think they're making excuses. They just think that it is what it is almost. And they're not wrong, but at the same time,
they're not willing to get up and do something about it, to change it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because if you don't think it's a problem, it's not a problem.
Right.
So, yeah, that's
Exactly.
essentially how they look at it.
Exactly.
I would say it's the mindset.
The mindset.
The mindset.
You have to feed your brain.
Your parents kind of instilled a certain mindset, and especially if they don't have parents guiding them, like your parents have instilled a mindset in their kids.
Right.
That's what parents do.
Yeah.
Sometimes people come in so shallow and they think that, oh yeah, Fendi, Gucci, Louis, and to me that's shallow. I hate to say it like that, but it's kind of shallow for you to be like, well, I'm working to get a Louis, I'm working to get a Gucci.
Okay.
When you could be like, I'm working to get a house.
Yeah, the mindset.
The mindset.
It's I can't really talk with people that materialistic. If you just I had friends like that. All they want to do is sit on the internet and talk about the next Chanel bag that they want to try to get. I'm not interested.
And I don't talk to those friends.
I'm not interested.
Like, I don't associate with those people because to me it's like I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the next deal I can make to flip a house or something.
Right.
So, my mindset is not on the same level. Even in relationships, I hear guys say, well, even any age group say, I'm done talking to younger women because they're so shallow.
They're city girling it up. That's what it is.
But
city girls like,
we gotta get back on the topic of energy, guys.
Okay, I'm
We're
sorry.
just way off topic here.
See how the energy shook that bad? City girl. It's off. It's just gone.
What? City girls aren't bad people.
No,
but,
they're not bad. They're not bad.
But it's
Cut
like
off point for you guys.
What's the what?
cut off. Like I'm done with this. This is the last straw.
I don't need 2 and 3 flags. I don't need 2 and 3 red flags anymore. I'm a different person now.
Before it was 20 flags, and it still was like I'm still signing up.
Right.
And like
because I didn't know better.
And I'm just like, oh, you're really gonna sign up still? Like really?
I know you're not talking. So anyway, I know better. So when you know better, you must do better. And once you know, that's what Abraham be saying.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about your music.
Started when I was around like 12.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
How did you start?
It was this song by these people called Public Enemy. It was like a rap song. Some people from
I know Public Enemy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You do know them.
I do.
Flavor Flav and
Oh, okay. Flavor Flav. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, but
Flavor Flav.
it was a song off this video game, and I was just kept listening to it over and over again. And then from then on, I would always come to school with like 2 or 3 composition books, just start writing songs, and yeah.
So you know how to write.
Oh yeah, that was my main thing. That was my main
He's
thing.
write and produce.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then like it started from there. I always get in trouble because I'll be writing in class and I won't be doing nothing. Like
You wouldn't do your work?
No.
You would just write?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just write songs over and over again. I would start failing and everything with it.
Oh no.
It's cool though. I'm
He's like, it's cool, whatever. I got
Yeah.
my hair still.
yeah, I'm here. Like it's cool.
You graduated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's just like, yeah, I made it.
Yeah, going up through school, I think writing and history was like my main thing. Writing and history was like my main thing. I excelled at.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like they always threw me on like the AP classes and stuff for that. Cause
So you were smart.
oh yeah,
You were real smart. Because I had
So you
AP
were
classes.
writing in class and still making A's.
pretty much yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you would write stories
Wow.
and oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
I-
really good.
He's just like, I'm too advanced for this.
Yeah, like
I'm bored. Let me write.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are bored of it.
I'm bored of this.
Yeah, it's just never. School for me was like, I understand the utility of it, but for me it was just, I was focused on what I can do when I get out. Music and art and stuff like that. I would be the kid in the back of the class drawing pictures, selling them, like that was me. So
Oh well.
yeah, so I didn't really have.
He was hustling.
Right.
Yeah, he was hustling.
After that, I would come from basketball practice. My coach, he had a studio, and he would let me go by, and I would just record there for like 2-3 years. And then after that, I just kind of started on my own. My dad's a musician. He's a touring musician and all that, so he would always be playing the guitar at home and stuff and showing me different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got into basically what I get into. So it's kind of like a mix of alternative music, punk music, hip hop, stuff like that. People like the Misfits, all the way to the Beatles, all the way to people like Tame Impala, all the way to people like Bon Iver, people like that.
Timeless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you got your recents. Like I'm a big Kanye fan. I'm a big Frank fan. Yeah. So people like that. People like Tyler, Pharrell. I'm a big Pharrell fan. Pharrell is like probably one of my biggest people. Like I listen to like NERD and stuff. I had like a notebook that I would go through albums and I would just write down like my favorite things that I heard from them, the key, like write down my favorite lines, and then yeah, I'll just do that. I'll do that for Ja Rule albums. I do that for Bon Iver albums, Kanye albums. My basketball coach, I used to go to the Cab Recreational Center. That's where we used to live at. So we would go there, and I told him that I wanted to do music. He was like, hey, I got a studio, and him and his engineer, they used to just go there, but then his engineer left, and it was just him. So I would just go with him. It would be me and him just alone in the studio for like hours. And he didn't know how to mix, master, or nothing. So the recordings were butt. Like,
Oh my god.
they were bad.
But you were happy.
I was happy because I was like,
Right, he's like, I'm in the studio, what?
I was
And tell me
serious.
nothing.
I was like 14, like I was dressing crazy,
Yeah.
like I didn't care, like, but I was finally
You're
doing
in your
something.
element.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. And then after that, I just kind of gravitated more towards a more professional setting. So I was like, I'm finna go and actually pay to record. Did a lot of talent shows as a kid. They were bad, but I did them anyway because like I wanted to at least be in front of somebody that can hear me speak and I don't mess up and stuff like that. So when it comes to the music, that's like my thing. It's like just art in general. I turn into like a completely different person. I get kind of stoic, and it's like I kind of don't care about what's around me, and I thank people for that. I thank everyone that was around me for that because it helped me like kind of get the jitters off and stuff.
Yeah.
So after that, I kind of stopped going to the studio. I had like a 6-month break because I kind of got tired of the music I was making. It wasn't good to me anymore. I feel like at that point, there was nothing more I could learn as far as like being a rapper and stuff.
Right.
Because being a rapper is like, it's cool and everything, but it's kind of cancerous now, in my opinion. It's kind of cancerous being a rapper, especially in Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's nothing really fulfilling in it. It's called 1L's Collective. As soon as I touched down with them, I started making, we just started recording in their living room, but it's like the same quality as a professional studio. So we got pretty much everything. Got producers, got marketing people, business managers, graphic designers, all that. And it's like, I feel comfortable making music now.
Yeah.
Because
you have a team.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a team before. It was just me going to the studio.
Yeah.
And it was just.
So now your music changed since you were more comfortable.
Pretty much. Yeah, because it's like you don't feel a certain pressure from people to make a certain thing. Art for me, creation, and music in general, it's like, it's not, I don't have a purpose for doing it. It's kind of like, it just
it just comes easy for you.
Yeah, I gotta get it out. I got too much stuff running through my head.
That is a purpose in a sense.
You think so?
Yeah, because your gifts are your purpose too.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It was a point in my life where I didn't really think I didn't really believe in purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe in that. But once everything started picking up and thing happened, like, oh, I met these guys. It was by chance. It was completely random. It wasn't like I seek them out.
Right.
Then music happened, and then like, oh, by the way, we're getting a budget for your album. Oh, by the way, boom, 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 all this stuff, and it just kept piling. Okay, maybe maybe
See, that goes back to the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just like.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, being around like-minded people.
Yeah.
Pretty much that was.
It's just like those people were drawn to you, or you were drawn to them.
Because you were manifesting that from an early age. So some things that we manifest, it may not come tomorrow or right now. It'll come,
Yeah, it was a point in time. It was like 5-6 years in. I was like, am I gonna be good? Like, am I gonna finally get what I want?
Right.
But.
So what age did you hook up with them?
About 9 months ago.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
so from 14 to 19.
Yeah, 14 to 19.
Okay. Yeah. Cause you do other things too. So how do you incorporate film and other things with music?
As far as like my name, Nolan Star, that comes from, it's a film reference, or it's a film director reference. It's a director. He's called Christopher Nolan. He's like my favorite so far. And the way that I think the way he approaches film, the way he approaches life is something that I'm inspired by. So I took his last name as my first name. It also means champion, but that was my ego. But I just put that in. And then Star is from Ziggy Stardust, who is David Bowie. He's a rock musician. He has one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, David Bowie.
Yeah, he's super tight. So, and then I just took both of my favorite things, which is visuals and sound, and I just kind of mix them together to make my name. So, yeah.
I love the versatility that you're giving, because I feel like everybody just goes straight, oh, I want to be a rapper.
I was.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was. That's how I started off the jump. But I think that's mostly a upbringing and a culture thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I grew up around a different set of people, I wouldn't want to be a rapper first. But I'm glad I was, because it helped me being able to write stuff on the spot. Most of my songs are made on the spot. The beats are made on the spot. So we just go from there. It's not like a prepared type of thing. So I think being a rapper, like, doing battle rap in school, watching them, all that stuff, I think it made the songwriting process for new stuff, which is way more simpler, because rock music isn't as lyrical as rap, neither is alternative. It makes everything stripped down, and it made it easier for me to attack it in a certain way, because it's not as wordy. So you can just kind of take a rap verse, take half of the lines out, and you got a rap song. I think that's mostly a upbringing and a culture thing. Mm-hmm. I think if I grew up around a different set of people, I wouldn't want to be a rapper first. But I'm glad I was, because it helped me being able to write stuff on the spot. Most of my songs are made on the spot. The beats are made on the spot. So we just go from there. It's not like a prepared type of thing. So I think being a rapper, look like, you know, doing battle rap in school, watching them, all that stuff, I think that made like, I think it made the songwriting process for new stuff, which is way more simpler, because rock music isn't as lyrical as rap, neither is alternative. It's kind of, it makes everything stripped down, and it made it easier for me to attack it in a certain way, because it's not as wordy. So you can just kind of take a rap verse, take half of the lines out, and you gotta watch them.
Okay.
At least that's how I look at it.
I think that I'm gonna learn a lot from your music because, to be honest, I haven't been introduced to rock or anything like that.
It sounds like pop to me.
Yeah, it did sound like a pop.
Sound like pop.
Yeah, it gave me the mindset of like Katy Perry, like.
Katy.
Yeah.
Well, not.
It gave me that mindset.
Don't say Katy Perry because then he's gonna think it's girly.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the way how her
But
style.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean her style. And
the genre.
You had a little rap too, and you know Katy Perry had that rap music. She had some rap in her music too. Not she rapping, but you know.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Dark Horse song with Juicy J?
Yeah, with Juicy J.
Oh, okay.
So
Somebody knows.
to me, I don't know, kind of, sort of Rihanna, like a little bit.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
all
love
over.
it.
It's all over. It's all over.
I love it because, you know,
It's got a
everything's-
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a mixture. It's versatile. And I love it because, you know, everything's so trendy. It's like, okay, you got a hit today, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's timeless. That's good.
That was pretty much that's been my objective for a while. I wasn't hitting my objective for a minute because I felt like I sounded too much like the people I was listening to. I feel like every artist goes through that. You kind of start sounding like the influences and stuff.
Yeah.
But after a while, like, it gets to the point where you got so many, like, you take it from so many places that it becomes its own thing.
Yeah.
And that's I think I achieved that.
You just probably had to find your voice or find your, you know, your own
His
little,
niche.
Yeah.
his own swag.
Yeah.
You had to find your own little swag.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I took like that 6 month break. I was talking about. I just took 6 to 7 months off to learn how to sing because
Sing?
to learn how to sing pretty much.
Okay.
Because
So you sing and rap?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I've heard that.
yeah, my whole family is full
I
of
love
musicians, pretty much. My uncle, he played drums. My other uncle, he played keyboard. My grandfather, my great grandfather, everybody does music. All my aunts, they sing, they do gospel. So it's kind of like
The whole family.
yeah, everyone does something that pertains to music in a certain way. That's how they grew up. Because my family, well, at least my father's family, they grew up in a time where it was like the Jackson 5 was coming out, all these family bands. So everybody that was trying to make some money, they was like, okay, we gonna make a family band, and that's how it started. So that's what they did. It kind of just rubbed off on me.
I was just gonna ask for the people, you know, like, what did you do to kind of like keep that motivation? Like, what is your motivation or your inspiration every day?
Just to create, to make something cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
What I'm chasing, I can't ever achieve because all I want to do is just make cool stuff. So eventually, I'm just gonna make something, have a project, and then let it go, move on to the next thing. That's all I want to do.
You're just enjoying the ride, the journey.
Pretty
You're enjoying
much.
the
That's
journey.
what he's supposed
That's
to do.
good.
Yeah.
That's so
You
good.
enjoy the journey and it
Yeah.
all happens.
Yeah, I just want to make like as much things as possible. Like as far as with movies, as far as with fashion, all the things that I'm trying to get into. It's like that'll never stop. It's things like that. Those are universal things. You can't ever like put something down with that. The only thing you really put down is music, but not really, because it's like you got people like Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson. They like 80 years old and they still singing on stage.
Right.
They can't even walk for real, but they still. So it's like
Right.
you can never really like put that down either. So yeah, all the things I'm trying to do is just it's
Things you love to do.
yeah, pretty much.
That's so good. You know how many people that don't do what they love to do?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm blessed to be able to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's the latest that you want to tell everybody about?
I got a project coming up. I
Okay.
have a project coming up. I have a single also coming out on the 31st of August. It's called High Plus Highway. It's the most energetic song on the album so
Okay.
far.
Oh.
I like that. Energetic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I flew out to LA. I did a video with my director. His name is Zach Zulak. he's really good. He directed for people like Fouché, if you know her, other people like that. They got a lot of views on their videos, and you know, he was doing a video for a friend of mine, and that's how we met. And yeah, he's like, you should fly out. We flew out. After that, we got that done, and then I was in the process of making an album, and that's coming out in a few months. It's called Not Now Never.
Okay. Where can they stream it? Where can they?
Oh, it's on all platforms. It's been about a month since I released my first single called Run Home.
Okay.
That was the one that we was playing for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about to hit 20,000 streams, so that's cool for me.
Cool.
Because it's my first official song as Nolan Star, so that's a real big accomplishment for me. One that pretty much helped me with that. My collective, shout out Preston, shout out Emmanuel, all the boys. Yeah, shout out them. But yeah, thank y'all for allowing me to come here.
No problem.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is our 4th season, guys.
Oh, dang.
Alright guys, thank you for watching Single in the City. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode. It's going to be super juicy. Alright guys, thank you.
Bye.
Boy, hot like heat emitters. Straight through, no man in the middle. No mama ain't raised, no quitter. If I stood up, bitch, get off. After this, just tell me where you want it to go. I see you over there, looking like somebody to know. Party's over where we just barely started the show. I see you over there, looking like somebody to know.
Up next on Single in the City.
Why are you so indecisive?
Indecisive, but a man is indecisive from the rip. That's a red flag.
They don't stick around long. It's because you slept with them too fast.
Her mindset is, I gotta juice him. I gotta get what I want out of him. She dry begging.
If I was to hit the lottery, would I still want him?
That's it.
She should not think that the man gonna pay for everything. A lot of times, the guy, he love everything about you outwardly. But he's not found anything internally that he can grasp onto.
That's giving me leech vibes.